Helps if you don't have to be out. Of course, you shouldn't be. Heavy snowfall is turning to that sleet and ice now, leading to those slick conditions on roads and walkways. Maryland under a state of emergency, and officials are urging people just to stay inside.
Several local school systems have already announced closures. We kind of knew this was going to happen. It's a kind of a fait accompli here. Baltimore City Public Schools, no surprise, and Arundel County Public Schools and Carroll County Schools all closed tomorrow.
Baltimore County Schools, Harford County Schools, and Howard County Schools will be closed tomorrow and Tuesday. You can find the full list of schools and business closures right now on our website and on the FOX45 News app. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those things pushed into Wednesday.
Even to Wednesday, Maxine, absolutely. There's a lot out there to clear, and if you get up into the Hereford zone in Baltimore County, it's even dicier up there, right?
Yeah. We thank you for joining us. I'm Maxine Stryker.
And I'm Kai Jackson here on this Sunday. We have live team coverage tonight of this storm and its impact. In just a few minutes, Vincent Hill and Keith Daniels will join us live with the conditions on Main and the streets outside. But first, Chief Meteorologist Gerard Bailey tracking the storm and joins us in studio with a look at the forecast. The man of the hour.
Yeah, it's been a man of several days, it seems like, guys. This has been something we've been anticipating for so long. We've been watching it very closely. Approaching day by day, the data's been continuing to put significant snowfall overhead, and well, it finally got here, and I'm ready for it to be gone. Are you? I think we almost all are. The snow has basically changed over. We continue to see it falling as more sleet than anything across our region, but we started out with a decent helping of snow through the early and mid-morning, and then it changed over to mostly sleet, and we're going to continue to see this likely lingering as more sleet and maybe even changing a bit into some freezing rain. So there's the storm system, the main area of low pressure now pulling offshore. So from here on, we should start to see at least an end in sight. And we're getting there right now. If you look on the radar there a little closer, we do have at least a clearing setting up. And that's exactly what we want. But still, in the meantime, we have to deal with still more of this wintry mixture. In the blue is still likely some snow and some heavy pockets of it, mainly off to the northwest. But we're seeing it as mostly sleet across the Baltimore region, everywhere along I-95. In areas south of there. So more of that to deal with. Officially, the winter storm warnings are in effect until 4 a.m., but they will likely be taken out by then. At that point, it's just going to be a cleanup effort, guys. So we've got a mess out there that we're going to, of course, give everyone the best information we can, but don't expect to be able to go anywhere until they can really get a handle on things. And I know they have been working hard. Maxine and I have seen this all morning long, too. And afternoon, both of them working hard to get roads cleaned up so we can actually get back out on them again. We'll have a lot more on what to expect. It is going to be frigid cold over the next several days, and we'll be talking about that coming up in a bit.
All right, Gerard, thank you. Our viewers are sending in images of the snow in their area. Kristen sent us this photo of snow in her backyard. Vicky sent in a look at her snow day. He looks like he's having fun. And Gary sent us this photo of Cece the shepherd enjoying the snow. And Erin sent us this picture of the hill in her neighborhood, unshoveled and still peaceful.
Well, there aren't many drivers out on the roads right now, and that's probably a good thing. They heeded the warnings that they got from state officials, city officials, and also here at the news. But if you do go out, you'll see some nasty conditions at times. Fox 45's Vincent Hill continues our live team coverage with how it's looking out there. And Vincent, you told me it took you a while to clear off your car and get to work.
Yeah, that's right, Kai. I think I was standing in at least 8 or 9 inches of snow. I'm here at Light and Charles Street here in Federal Hill. And of course, there's not a lot of cars out, but as you can see, there's people moving around. We actually have this couple here that are out in the snow braving this. So what's your first name?
Peter.
Peter, are you surprised with what we got? We've been talking about this all week, but this surprised you?
I am a little bit surprised, yeah, a little bit at how much snow we got. We're actually from New Jersey, so we're used to the snow a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I thought we were going to get a little bit more, but this is still a lot of snow for down here.
Yeah, but now we got the freezing rain, we got the sleet coming in, so does that concern you if you have to get out on the road?
I would not get out on the road on this, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have work tomorrow.
Right. So. How about you? Did this surprise you?
Yes, definitely surprised me. I'm surprised by how much we got, and it's definitely a little bit more like freezing right now, but still fun to get out and hang out right now. Not driving, but get out and just have fun.
With it being this cold, why are you out?
We're just hanging out. We're gonna go. We got a bite to eat. Gonna head to a bar now, and just happy to get outside and enjoy the snow. And we don't have work tomorrow.
All right, Peter. Guys, thanks. Maxine, Kai, I'll send it back to you again. I'm at Charles and Light Street. There's several people out walking. Few cars out because, of course, the roads are still slick. Our new vehicle actually is stuck in the snow off to the side. We're going to have to dig that out here in a few minutes. But for now, guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Vincent, save seats for you and I at the bar. I'll be down there to join you shortly. In the meantime, reaction to the storm pouring in on social media. Let's see what some people are saying. I like this one here from Betsy. Betsy says, we have snow in Baltimore, Maryland. Love it. Glad you do. And look at it. It's right up to Betsy's front door there as soon as you open it up. I like this. Look at the little dog there. You can hear that snow has transitioned into ice and sleet in parts of Maryland. As soon as I went outside, folks, at Ann Owings Mills, the sleet and ice freezing rain was already coming down. Snowfall in Baltimore, most we've had in a while. And the last one here, I'll do this one. Look at that beautiful picture here. Dumping snow right now in Baltimore City. It is still coming down, though not that heavy.
And with main roads frustrating drivers, the side streets may be unplowed and even more dangerous right now. Fox 45's Keith Daniels continues our live team coverage with which streets you should avoid if you need to go out. Probably a lot of them still, Keith.
A lot of streets, Maxine. Now we're live on Hopkins Road near York Road on what they call and concentrate on when weather comes like this, a side street. Take a look down here. If you look, though, it's pretty passable. You can actually see the pavement somewhat. In fact, we saw a truck come by about 15 minutes ago. Look down here. You can see the tracks maybe still on the block here, cleaning this road, or at least trying to make it passable. Over here to the right, I was kind of surprised to see this, I'll say young lady. See this young lady doing the sidewalks here. Why are you out here doing the sidewalks when the concern you told me earlier were the side streets there, Kathy? I'm gonna get kind of close so you can hear so you can be at my mic, okay? The side streets concerning?
They can be very concerning, especially your drains. You need to be kept clear. You know, especially while we have a lot of snow coming out of the sky. And so that is one of the concerns.
You saw that truck earlier, though, that he was laying dirt. I mean, what is it? He was salt. He was laying salt, and he had a plow. You saw the plow truck.
I did.
Exciting, good thing, bad thing?
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to see him coming down.
What's so good about it, Kathy?
Because he's getting the road clear so everybody can go and do what they need to do and move about.
There you go. In the meantime, stay put. You're going to stay put, huh?
I'm going to stay put. Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, listen. Thank you, Kathy. Now, Baltimore County officials with the Emergency Management Operations Center told me that they have 2,700 miles of road to clear in Baltimore County. It's going to be a slow, challenging process. They say, of course, they'll do the main streets first, then the secondary streets, and then streets like this one, the side street, before everybody's happy. They say that could take about 48 hours to get the roads clear, absolutely clear, they say. 48 hours away, they're asking residents to pack their patience. That's the latest now here in Baltimore County. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Keith, thank you. Well, Maryland State Police are also warning drivers to stay off the roads. As of this afternoon, officials said they'd received nearly 600 calls for service and responded to 34 crashes. They say snow emergency plans do remain in effect across the state until further notice.
Amid those dangerous conditions, Tina Register from the Maryland Department of Transportation joins us live now to talk about how to stay safe on the roads if you do need to go out. Tina, thanks for being here.
Hello there.
It's been a busy day for you, I'm sure. We appreciate it. What are some safety tips for drivers out on the road?
Well, first, we are going to say, unless you're an essential worker and need to be out, please stay off the roads today. But if you are essential and do need to be out, before you go, know what's going on out on the roadways. So on our website, roads.maryland.gov, it tells you a lot of information. First of all, you can go and see what roads have been plowed. So State Highway, we maintain 17,000 miles of roads in Maryland. They are the numbered roads that are non-toll roads, so they are not some of your neighborhood side roads, but you can take a look and see where the plows are. Before we got on today, I took a look, and there were close to 400 of our plows were out on the roads, and I could see where they were. So what streets had been plowed. You can tell that before you leave. You can see we have cameras, so you can see what some of the main road interstates and their conditions. And then when you do go out, make sure your car is completely cleared of snow and ice. Very dangerous to motors as well as pedestrians if you get in your car and they're not cleared. Also make sure the fluids in your car are topped off and you have gas. And when you go out in the roadways, you know, even when you get down and you do see some blacktop, it could possibly, and especially tonight and tomorrow, it could be icy. So, you know, the speed limits are for ideal road conditions, and we certainly don't have ideal road conditions and likely won't tomorrow. So take it slow when you go out. And if you see our plows, we always say don't crowd the plows. Give them plenty of room to do their jobs, and that will also keep you safe as well.
Yeah. And Tina, what kind of things should people have in their vehicles just in case they do get stuck?
Always encourage folks to have, you know, have that extra blanket. Certainly have their cell phone, have that cell phone charged. And, you know, again, just making sure they have plenty of gas in their vehicles. Shovel, it's always good to have that in there. Maybe some cat litter. And, you know, if you do become disabled and your vehicle becomes disabled, dial pound 77. And what that will do is it will call the nearest state police. Or also, you know, in emergency, you call 911 and help will get out there. And, you know, we do have extra patrol on our chart vehicles are out on the roadways doing sweeps, and they'll continue to do so as motors eventually, as roads are cleared and motors do start to go back out on the roadways tomorrow and into the next day. But we're encouraging people stay off the roads today. If they can make plans for tomorrow, to perhaps based on what their work schedules are like, maybe they can do some teleworking tomorrow. We highly hope that, you know, that might be an option for some folks. But stay off the roads and let the crews get those roads cleared. Right now they're clearing, they're treating, and you know, they're working 12-hour shifts to get those roads ready for motors so they're safe.
All right, great advice. We appreciate all they're doing, of course. Tina
Indeed.
Register from MDOT, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Download the Fox 45 Weather Authority app for severe weather alerts, daily and hourly forecasts, plus current and predictive radar. Just search WBFF in your app store or scan the QR code with your smartphone to get started.
At least there's an end to this in sight. I wish it meant that we are going to go back to beautiful weather, the snow will melt, the flowers will bloom. It's going to be anything but that, unfortunately. The rain, or not the rain, the snow, sleet, and freezing rain, whichever is coming down on your head right now, will eventually be winding down as we get closer to 10 o'clock. And then it's going to be cold, but that is nothing compared to what we're about to see with temperatures dropping the single digits. We'll tell you when coming up.
And let's take another live look on the roads right now. Conditions out there, again, passable, drivable, but there is some precip coming down, and as the temperatures are low right now, those roads could be very slick in spots, so you should exercise caution if you're outside.
Yeah, especially on those bridges. I've seen a lot of cars in past storms on that 41st Street bridge outside the station, slipping and sliding around. You know they're going to freeze first and be dangerous. So if you do need to go out, make sure to clear all the snow and ice off your car, drive slowly, and just be aware of other drivers. And as we just heard from MDOT, make sure that you're not crowding those plows. Give them space to do the work they're doing. It's important.
Without a doubt. doubt. Well, the winter storm does bring potentially life-threatening travel conditions. It's just a reality.
Shannon Lilly was out in our mobile track with a look at what you could see on your Monday morning commute.
From the city to the counties.
It's been pretty hectic. It's been coming down like this all day.
Drivers met with these treacherous conditions Sunday as a monster winter storm spanning much of the country pummels the Baltimore metro.
Seen some people slip here and there.
From snow to ice, these the views from the FOX45 mobile track. Streets blanketed, cars off the side of the road, and an army of plows working to keep up. Cody in Abingdon is among them.
After you take one pass, you give it about 30 minutes. It's right back there again.
And now,
ice is absolutely nobody's friend.
It's why Charlie Gishler with the Maryland State Highway Administration says the work and the danger isn't over.
It's going to be a matter of keeping up against the temperatures.
I would say stay off the roads if you can. Hopefully the county can get the roads looking good for tomorrow morning, but it's not looking like it's going to be great.
Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News.
And again, let's take a live look out right now at North Charles Street. This is where Vincent was with his photographer and live shot, where those streets are still packed with snow. When we had some folks crossing the street, I will bet you $1 to a donut they are heading to a bar right now. That is the only place to be going, either there or to go get some pizza, right? We'll take a look at the conditions around the country right after this.
Let's take another live look out on the roads. Conditions still not great. Not much has changed since this last look we had here. This is the 41st Street Bridge just outside of the station here in Hamden. And like I mentioned, things can get very slick on bridges, so you just want to take your time if you are heading over them, and just take your time in general if you have to be out.
As Maxine mentioned, it really is simple mathematics and physics here. There's no earth under bridges. The wind whips around it, so that's why they freeze quicker than anything else. And concrete is a little better than asphalt. Asphalt freezes much quicker, but don't go out if you don't have to. It's a mess out there. But if you do need to go out, again, make sure all that snow is cleared off your vehicle. Nothing more dangerous and annoying than somebody's snow off their roof or ice flying into another driver's windshield. Also, be slow. Allow yourself a safe stopping distance. If you're, even if you have four-wheel drive, nothing stops quickly on ice and snow.
And this winter storm is having an impact across the country. It stretched from Texas all the way up through New England.
And here's situations and scenes in D.C., Tennessee, New York, and Philadelphia. You can see everybody's doing something there. You can see downed trees and also plows trying to move some of that snow out. Several inches of snow around these areas. Ice and heavy snowfall has left millions across the country without power.
Taking a live look out of the side streets where Keith Daniels was earlier in the Rogers Forge neighborhood outside Taos, and many still unplowed tonight. It's hard to get the plows through those narrow streets. Gerard will have the latest on the forecast right after the break.
And here's another look at our mobile track right now in Towson and Baltimore County, and also our weather radar. We are weather alert right now throughout this winter storm.
The snow has turned into a sleet mix now throughout the afternoon into this evening, and Gerard was just telling us that means everything is basically going to become a sheet of ice outside. It doesn't matter what street you are on. He said he was just out in the parking lot and almost, I don't want to expose you, Gerard, but you almost slipped.
I almost took an L. Yes, on the backside. It was bad. And remember, they just finished clearing it, okay? So 8 inches of snow may not be as slick as just a very thin layer of sleet, and that's what we have seen. But we have seen quite a bit of snow. Now, going back 3 days prior to this, even 4 days prior to this event, we were talking about the potential for 8 to upwards of 12 inches of snow. Then we started kind of narrowing it down by zone. So this is radar estimations. These are not actual measurements yet. We've gotten a few in, but we got to wait till this event's completely done. But either way, we know we've gotten at least 8 inches of snow up towards northern Baltimore County, just north of Baltimore City, near Cockeysville. Baltimore City, we know, have gotten anywhere between 6, 7, upwards of 8 inches there. And many of the numbers you see here are not actual measurements, like I said, and they may be overestimating by about an inch or more. In some places, these right here, these numbers right here, way up in the northwest, we haven't gotten any data to support that at all. So we're not really buying those numbers yet, but most of these around Baltimore are not terribly far off, maybe about an inch over, but that's about it. And then we're seeing some reports at around 6 inches in the eastern shore. So again, that does narrow it within our window of what we were predicting just yesterday, 6 to 9 inches. We're pretty much within that window very nicely across the area. So at the very least, we know that we still have a little bit more of the storm to go. We're talking just another couple of hours, and it's almost all going to be really sleet across Baltimore, perhaps a very light freezing rain over here, but to the north and west, it could be a mixture of still snow and snow and sleet. So there's that freezing line that the radar's picking up, but this has been tough to define, tough to see where it's at. Either way, we're still in the thick of it, and we're going to see the threats transition. Cold temperatures, that's going to be a huge one, and the sleet and ice overnight, it's going to go down, but it's still going to be on the ground of the next several hours until it gets absolutely cleared. The roads treated with salt. It's still going to take some time because temperatures are going to be so cold. But look at what's going to happen as we move through the night. By around 9, 10 o'clock, we'll start to see an end. Temperatures will still be hanging down in the 20s until we get closer to Monday morning. We're going to wake up tomorrow likely in the teens, and then it gets much, much worse going into next week, unfortunately. Here's what it's going to look like going into Tuesday morning. Yikes, here we go. Low single digits, maybe closing in on the negatives in a few spots. Those are just your temperatures. Highs in the 20s. We get another night of it going into Wednesday, as we will see once again single digit temperatures to start the day, highs in the 20s. Additional sleet that we could see already, that's half of it. This is already on the ground, but we may see another quarter, at most another half an inch of sleet. Freezing rain, if we see it at all, it would likely be more towards Anne Arundel County. Some light accumulations get picked up. If that were to happen, it could lead to more problems on the roads, not the power outages. We're not going to see enough to really weigh down trees and power lines enough. But temperatures are just going to absolutely plummet. Wind chills are going to be -5 to -15 in some locations, especially off to the north and west. And now I'm talking about that moving into Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, even Thursday morning. Look at this. We're stuck in the low 20s to even teens for highs on Thursday and Friday. Not really a chance of getting above freezing until we get closer to next week, guys.
All right, Gerard, thank you. And here's a live look at US 50 east at Sandy Point. Sleet and freezing rain are leaving a layer of ice over the snow, as Gerard mentioned, making for treacherous conditions. Gerard will have a look at the forecast after the break.
All right, let's get one last check of the forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gerard Jabali.
All right, guys, first of all, look at our high temperatures over the next several days. This is looking rough. I mean, we're dropping to the teens for highs Thursday and Friday, way below our average high, which is usually in the low 40s. So this is going to be a pretty long duration cold. And remember, those are your high temperatures. Your low temperatures will be in the single digits. And now we get to look at the wind chills to make it even scarier. Oh my gosh, this is not looking great. -5 to -10, even nearing -15 for wind chills. So this is going to be brutal. Be ready for this come Tuesday morning and again on Wednesday morning. More of these kinds of numbers. And again, just a light breeze can change what is already a brutally cold temperature of minus, or I should say in the low single digits, to -5, -10. So again, we have at least 2, now 3 weather alerts on this just for the cold alone, guys. But the system will be exiting tonight by around 10.
And that is all for us on Fox 45 News at 5:30. For the latest severe weather alerts, you can download the Fox 45 News app and the Fox 45 Weather Authority app.
And make sure to tune in tonight for the news at 10 o'clock. Stay safe and have a good night.